let's review the Tweetycam. I figured rather than doing a standard review of all the things I love about the Tweetycam, I'm going to compare the pair. I'm going to compare the Tweetycam to my old baby monitor that the Tweetycam replaced. First is a really obvious one, is the size. The size difference between these two baby monitors is, you know, this isn't even a comparison. The Tweetycam is significantly bigger, which I love personally. The fact that it is bigger, you can see so much more in the Tweetycam. The camera that is in the kids' rooms, you can see their entire room, their entire beds. So you can pan and tilt and look around the room, but what my favorite thing is the fact that I can see Koa's entire cot, where with this baby monitor I couldn't. All I could see was the center of his cot, despite the cameras being in the same location and roughly on the same angle. What I'll do is I'll actually put two photos here where you'll be able to see what I can see on the Tweetycam and what I can see on this baby monitor when I'm looking at Koa's cot when he's sleeping in the center. Another difference between these two is I find the Tweetycam's temperature gauge is much more accurate, which does help me know how to dress my babies each night, because this one was just off all the time and I was unsure if they were hot, if they were cold. It was just really stressful trying to navigate that. The range on the Tweetycam so far is unmatched for me. So I've gone all over my yard there and inside my house. My house is also brick, which sometimes I do have issues with monitors connecting through brick for some reason, but this so far has had zero issues. The fact that this side lights up when you press the buttons, this one doesn't. So at night I'm always trying to navigate, and as you can see the buttons are quite small, where this one is spread out and they're large. Comparison that you wouldn't necessarily think about unless it bothered you is the fact that for some reason this monitor picks up all ambient sounds and really projects it through what I can hear on this end, where this one muffles out ambient sounds and all I hear is baby. And that is great for me because my kids listen to music and white noise, and what I would find is when I'm here sleeping, this would be flashing from room to room and I would hear the different sounds all night going back. A great thing about the Tweetycam is the brightness settings are also really great, where you can dim it to almost dark and then lighten it up, especially if you're in a bright room. It makes it easier to see the screen. Another one that you wouldn't think is an issue, but I love the fact that the Tweetycam charges the monitor via USB-C. And the reason I love this is because that is also our iPhone chargers, our iPad chargers. So we literally have this charger all over the house already. Because with this one, it's one of the those little circle chargers, which I don't have. The only reason I would have one is to charge a baby monitor. They both have exceptional battery life. I typically charge the Tweetycam all day in my kitchen. It'll just sit on charge, and then at night I bring it into my room and I don't have to actually plug it into anything because it'll stay charged all night. Comparisons that I've really noticed between the differences between this camera and this camera, and so far it is enough for me to say that I am hands down a Tweetycam convert, because there's almost not a comparison. They are just so on a different league. But if you have any more questions for me, hit me in the comment box. I'd be happy to answer any more questions you have about the Tweetycam and why I find it a lot better than this camera. I'd also like to mention that this camera is not cheap. It was not a cheap camera to buy. Spend the money, I guess. I also have a discount code if you are looking at upgrading your monitor or buying a new monitor at all, and I'll put the link in my bio so you can easily find them.